The Founders Award is that they did something in the community and for the hospital that is not done by just like your routine, and that they've advanced the community and the care in the community. That's exactly what they did. Well, they're complementary, right? Jim is sort of forward and ambitious and driven and focused, as you would expect from a CEO. And Judy is like a Southern lady, more reserved, funny, but just as powerful as Jim.
I think they wanted Jim to come on the foundation, and Jim had a whole lot of other irons in the fire, and he suggested me, so I served 9 years on the foundation, and then I went on to some other things, and Melissa came on at that point. So we've been on the foundation for about 20 years now. And then there's just been numerous things. Jim had a collapsed lung during one time, and then I had breast cancer surgery there. He had lung cancer surgery there. So, it's a real natural connection, and we've been very tied to the place from the beginning.
Even though we're not a giant hospital and not in a giant city, we can do great things here. And Mom's had something called brachytherapy, where when they take the tumor out, they put a balloon in, and they put the radiation right in that balloon. And that was very experimental at that time. From that was sort of born the idea, the yes we can, the care close to home, that there's no reason that we can't do things here that are done other places, and maybe things that aren't done other places, like the ViewRay, of which there are 28 in the world, and like all the drug trials that, where you can get treatments here that you just can't get anywhere else.
And then because of the cancer connections, it was just a real close connection, and we were friends. We became friends with all of the people who work in that, particularly Dr. Herman. He was both our doctors.
Must be about 10 years ago, we started talking about a new cancer center. Judy said the idea of a cancer center in a community should be you sleep in your own bed. So we came to the realization that if you're going to do something, be bold. And Jim said we need to push as hard as we can to get everything we want. I miss Jim tremendously. I'm afraid I'm much more emotional than I would like to be, and I pretend I'm not. But it's like losing a real close friend. And the thing about Jim was he was unassuming, totally unassuming as a man. So he always gave credit to everybody but himself. And so Judy's like that too. So based on my abilities at technology and innovation, Jim and Judy's drive and overall compassion, we got what we wanted. So what do I think about them? Well, I love them.
Giving back, I think, is our family's legacy. Back to the good of the community that we live in, or the community that we're a part of. It's just important to us to see it grow and be successful. We've always given, but we have not always been able to give much. And when, as Neogen became a success, we had put our heart and soul in it, and also all our money. And then the stocks came out, and son of a gun. Our donations we're making it able for us to do more things. And it never occurred to us to give up our lifestyle, but to give everything that we could back.
He showed me something that had a comparison of Edward Arrow's gift in 2022 or $23. I don't remember when it was. And he said that's such an honor to be in a position to be mentioned at least on the same list as someone that was such a visionary and so giving to the community. So though he did receive awards globally, I think this one right here at home, taking nothing away from the University of Tennessee, but this one is very near the top of the list.
Well, we're extremely pleased about it. We didn't quite understand what was happening when they told us, and then Jim left us, and he's not going to get to participate, but he will be somewhere.
Well, the Bible says to he who much is given, much is expected, and we certainly have had much to be given to us, and so being able to return that, makes a big difference, and I feel like it is a commitment, but at the same time, it makes you feel good, when you've had those days that you come to the end of the day, you think about what something might have done that you were a part of, and it just makes you sleep a little better, thinking this whole world is a little bit better today, maybe because of something that I did.